What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The most frustrated man out there. The most frustrated man out there. And I was thinking about this morning. I was just thinking about it. Because I was going to talk about something else, but I ain't talked about it a month or so ago. Yeah, I pretty much hit the same subjects, different angles and stuff, but I said I haven't talked about this. Last time I mentioned this was in my book of Players' Eyes. I talked about a certain type of guy. Call them just good guys. Not nice guys, but good guys. Let me get an archetype of that frustrated man. Now, real quick, I know some people think it's the incels and stuff, black pillars, but ironically, they ain't as frustrated as this type of man. Because, well, despite what they might say online and everything, a lot of them kind of accepted where they are. They actually deal with the reality of their situation better than most men. I got to give that to them. They really do. They know where they stand, and a lot of them just good with it. Just like a lot of guys who call themselves non-select, even though I always say you can raise yourself up. These guys, you get some guys, they know where they at, and, they accept it. If they got to get sex, paying through escorts and stuff, some of them just accept it. Okay, that's cool. But, nah, this is the most frustrated type of man. Let me get an archetype for him. All right? Since everybody so much focus on looks. Now, these guys ain't generally ugly. In fact, they will be at worst average. At worst average and stuff. Average and, some would even call them above average and stuff. As far as their body builds, they probably listen to Rom. Even if they ain't never heard of Rom, they hitting the gym. Now, they're going to be some fitness model or bodybuilder. No. No. But they in decent shape. They listen to all the stuff I say. They let the Bible bless them and all of that. They dress well, do all that. Okay, that's one part, the physical part. They make decent money. High 5 figures, 6 figures, something like that. They ain't just going from job to job. Got solid jobs, got decent car, all the stuff. You know what? On the money side, they got all the stuff these women out here say. In general, at least above average. Only, I think the number is like 16% of men even make over 50. Just over 50. Not even 6 figures, just over 50. Well, these guys are in that 16% typically. Got their own spot, either got their own house, probably got an apartment or condo or something in a decent neighborhood. All right, so they got all the physical stuff. And like I said, height-wise, at least average height. At least average. They'll be between, I say typically between 5'8" to, above. Some are 6 feet. So all the stuff that dudes think, oh yeah, if this guy got it, he got it, right? But like I said, they ain't at the tip top. The tip top, they in a different category and stuff. And I mean, let's be real. If a woman see a guy in that tip top, even if they intimidated or anything, as long as that guy got some game, he get the women and stuff. Hold on a second. Yeah, I wanted to cough. I'm still getting over that summertime cold. Hopefully it don't be cold next week. Anyway, right? So these guys got it all. I mean, you would think they would have at least a girlfriend or something, right? And let's just be clear, it's not a big group. It's not a big group at all and stuff. It's not a big group at all, but they still exist. You meet them. They educated. You know what? They got all the stuff that women say publicly, at least publicly, that they want. Like, women don't always publicly talk about the looks thing. Okay. All right. But they'll say, well, he needs to be educated. Check. He needs to have a well-paying job. Check. Got that money. Check. He needs to have his own place, not live up on his mama. Check. Don't have any kids. Check. I mean, it's like, ain't cheap. Check. It's like they got these are guys that have all the stuff that women say they want. Shoot, even with the looks piece, because I told you, women, they prefer to be the better looking one in the couple, but they still want you to look like something. They ain't saying they going, well, most women, they ain't going to grab an ugly one and shit. Yeah, you going to let me go? Oh, go ahead, man. Go. Damn, a motherfucker. Thought he was going to let me through. He just waving at me and kept going. Damn. Anyway, right? So you got, I mean, the dudes, these are guys who are frustrated. They frustrated because they don't be getting to play like that. These are like legitimate nice guys. These ain't like, and you know what, they good guys and everything. Got all the shit that women say they want. And they frustrated because they still have trouble. And if they can even get a date, oh, they catch all the hell from women. They can if they can get a date. That's a if. That's a if. Shoot, guys like that, that's the type of guy a woman want to be in a legitimate friend zone with, but not the break in case of emergency friend zone. You know, she want to talk to him. Like these dudes ain't necessarily corny or anything. They cool dudes. Women will say that. But women don't be trying to fuck them. You know? Or women ain't thinking about them immediately. And the dudes be like, damn, what the fuck? And I was just thinking about that because I was like, well, hold up. Because I've ran into dudes like that for over 20 years since I had my book out. They be buying the book. Like, they like the rare nice guys who actually buy the book. You know? Rare nice guys. And they always hear, well, you'll make it, you know, I don't see why these women don't want you. And a woman telling them that is the one he wants. I'm like, ain't this some she's? You know? That's like shit. I mean, that shit got me frustrated. Especially that money thing, right? Because you know how you be hearing these women talking about, well, he got to have money. He got to have 6 figures. Okay, the guy got 6 figures. Well, he got to have his own place. He got a bigger place than you, baby. You living in a studio apartment. He got a 4-bedroom townhouse. It's like, hold up. You know? And even the women talk about, well, I want him on my level. Well, this dude got degrees. What you got? She got a community college degree. That dude got a master's. Seriously, it is, like I said, it's a small percentage. It's a small percentage of guys who got it. And that shit got me frustrating. Imagine thinking you got everything that the women say they want. You know? And like I said, getting back to that looks and height thing, that physical thing, because some dudes will say, well, maybe they don't look like that. Nah. The women, I've known women who would say, nah, that guy look good. He look good. He look good. I mean, they ain't gonna say he dropped dead or, you know, he could get a modeling contract. So I'm like, well, damn, hold up. This dude got everything and stuff. And even social, too. It's like, damn, wait a minute. Hold up, dude, pretty cool. You talking everything. They do like one thing, though. They do like one thing. I'll get to that in a second. But here's and that got to be frustrating for some dudes, because a lot of dudes just want a decent woman. Shoot. Some of those dudes even willing to dip down a bit, and they still have trouble. They might get some sex here and there. Some loose sex, maybe from an easy girl or somebody like giving them some transactional sex. They paid for that big dinner and everything. And the woman, you know, took him to Ruth Chris. Always like Ruth Chris. Well, I like using that example. Food's alright. But, you know, or take him to that fancy seafood place. Then a woman might give him, you know, she might just give him some just because, you know, her regular maintenance man is like put her on time out. It's like, I'm like, wait a minute. Hold up. Shit. You know? And if they do manage to get married, the woman, shoot, she got him on a tight standards and stuff. Those guys are just frustrated. That's a fucked up situation. Think about it. You doing everything that not just society told you, but women say they want. In fact, even what, like, quote unquote dating coaches tell them. They be like, well, Rom, I'm hitting the gym. Rom, I always let the barber bless me. And you can't even like, well, damn, they doing all that. But I would say what I found in common, just knowing those type of guys, the one thing they just lacked. And this is the key part. That's why even like when I got a handsome man video coming next week. But this is why even some handsome men are still had trouble and stuff. Because it's that one factor. And it's hard to teach. But it's just that killer instinct. It's just that killer instinct. You know? Sometimes you can't be a nice guy about it. You gotta have the instincts of a hunter. Seriously. you gotta have the instincts of a hunter. Shit. Sometimes you gotta go for the kill shot. You know? Sometimes you can't be like, I'm gonna just be real. Sometimes you can't always be like, oh girl, I wanna make love to you and shit. You know? Really beautiful. Let's make love. Sometimes you gotta be like, bring your ass over here and suck my motherfucking dick. Shit, sometimes you gotta be rough, man. Shit, that's why, you gotta have that attitude. You can't be too nice. Sometimes you just got. I told you that time. I'm in this house with this like nice body Bahamian woman. Man, she had a killer body. But I was sitting there playing Mr. Nice Guy. And I told you what she did. She sat on my lap. I'm over her house. Came over her house. She dancing. She making all these moves. I'm being Mr. Nice Guy. She came and sat on my lap. Gave me a peck on the lips and said, most we can be as friends. And then this Bahamian dude I was real cool with, still cool with to this day. He said, nah, man, with them, man, you got to be rough. And that's all it is, seriously. It's more of an attitude than anything. Even when I say select and non-select, people don't realize how much of that shit is the people think it's purely biological and shit, which is incorrect. It helps. And they even said so. It helps. That's a great bait. But even when I said that, when I was talking about Mr. Goodbar, because I said some of them had that genetic beauty, some of them, I said that gets them over there. You still got to have that killer instinct. You can't be nice about it. Seriously. You almost got to get to that edge of taking the pussy. I hate to say it like that. Shit. I ain't encouraging that. You want to avoid that, but that's what some women respond to. That's why they respond to that bad boy. They gotta shit. That's why I say just to the edge of it. Just to the edge. You get women, a lot of women, I'm gonna tell you what, psychologically, women, they don't respond to nice guys. And it's not even like the physicality. People think it's the personality, but they really don't. It's fucked up. Let me say that again. It's fucked up. I lost track of how many women I've dealt with. I'll be dealing with them and, being Mr. Good guy and stuff. And they'll be like, and be a little rude and shit. Then when I say, what the fuck you just say? I'm sorry, sir. What do you want me to do for you, daddy? I'm like, it's twisted. Seriously, it's some twisted ass shit. Look, y'all know I don't go in on women, but we gotta be real with this shit. We gotta be real. You get a lot of guys who got everything women say, but they just don't have like that rough edge. Like that thing where they just gonna like come here, grab her by the back of her neck and everything, or tell her come over here and say, take your goddamn panties down and shit. Yeah, it sounds cool to be all smooth, and yeah, you can do that every now and then, but too many women respond to that killer instinct, that roughness, that primal thing. Seriously, they respond to it. Shit, some women will pay for it. Seriously, there's a lot of times when women pay for like that gigolo or that stripper or something, they pay to be dominated, especially women who usually dominate otherwise. Shit, some women, shit, like in BDSM or something like that, you be like, wow. And that's the only thing these guys really like, just that killer instinct, just bringing it out. You got that hunter thing, that assertive thing. In fact, sometimes if a woman dealing with you and you just don't show it, not necessarily being mean to her, but just don't show it, like a take charge, or you check them or something, they don't respond. A lot of them, you know. And I mean, the best I've seen that you can do is, yeah, you can still be that good guy, but the best I've seen, sometimes you got to bear the fangs. A dear friend of mine who she wrote, she passed away, and she was like a big sister to me. L.A. Banks. She wrote this series of books called the Vampire Huntress series, and it was like mostly like black and Hispanic vampire hunters and everything. But the dialogue, because like even the vampires were cool in it. They were talking like they were urban, you know. But they had a saying. They'd be like, sometimes you got to drop fang. And I always thought about like how she put that, you know. May her soul rest in peace. But I always like how she put that. Sometimes you got to drop fang out here. Sometimes you got to show that rough side. You know, if you want to ideally balance it, you know, you want to kind of carry that rough side like a knife. You want to be cool and calm until you got to pick it up, do the cuts, and then put it back in. Seriously. You got to have that just pure man. Even when you having sex with a woman at some point, I always talk about the levels of orgasm. The first level, they love that like rose petals and stuff and sweet nothing. Oh, girl, you're so beautiful. By level 5, they want to cling on. They might smack you around some bitch. That's all you got. Come on, give it to me harder. Seriously. That's where you know. That's where you got to bring the shit. I remember one woman told me, she said, damn, you brought the woman out in me. Because I would play that shit. Yeah, you got to be that way. Seriously. And that's all it is. I mean, the guys are good guys. And, you know, they're assertive enough when they have to be, but I had that straight roughness and shit. And they don't. They ain't a problem because the society we live in. And like I said, they can be assertive in other aspects of their life. They can be like, you know, very good bosses, business owners and stuff, but just not assertive with that woman. And that's what women actually respond to. Now, this don't mean just be mean and everything, but if she say something, you need to call her and say, hold up, what did you just say to me? I say, don't play that shit with me. I ain't the one. You know? You gotta do that. But I know they frustrated because who gonna tell them this? You know, they were raised to be good guys, good citizens. You know, they're the citizens type of people that keep society from just falling all over. And unfortunately, some women use them. These are the type of guys when women, they got dogged out by that bad boy, that man who's like damn near abusing her and shit. When they got dogged out by him and stuff, and, you know, drop a couple kids, the dude don't want to come see the children or even acknowledge them and shit. What they do, go running back, and then they meet that good guy. All of a sudden, they harder on him and want him to be running some shit. Want him to take care of the kids. And see, he's a good guy. He probably will. You know, it's fucked up. It's truly fucked up. And I know some shit is just biological, but also some shit is cultural. It just got to change. And I'm going to tell you what. There have been societies where women tried to deal with that. There have been plenty of societies where women, they knew their sisters, their daughters, and everything needed to be corrected. And they tried. Kind of changing up in this thing. So, anyway, I got all this noise around me and everything. So, anyway, though. Yeah, those are the most frustrated type of men out here. What can you do? They doing everything right. Like I said, what they need to do the most is really just work on. Sometimes they gotta bring that wolf out. And you know what it says in butts. I would say this: don't put up with any shit, and you ain't politically correct. You know, and sometimes you gotta just want the pussy. You gotta want it. Don't be polite. Oh, can I have it? It's like, come here, girl. You gotta take charge and everything. You gotta have that man mindset. All right. So anyway, that's all I got. I get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.